Holding the crap.
Holding the crap.
Oh, let's go. We got a lot to catch up on, man.
Oh, it's been too long, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you back in here. All right, let's get into it. What do you say we knock into this thing?
Let's do it, brother.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Jameson on the Rocks podcast. My name is Jameson Tank. In front of me, I have Mr. Julian from the Everyday Dogs, dude. Good to see you. How you been?
Good to see you, too. I've been good, man.
Yeah, man, it's been
Happy to
over
be
a
back.
year since you've been in here, dude.
Yeah, dude. I
Over
wish I
a
went
year.
back and like listen to the old one because you were saying we got some stuff to talk about. From now
I
on.
got as much in of it as I could, but honestly, kind of a tough listen, bro, for me.
What do you mean?
I was like, damn, we sound like kids that don't know shit. You know what I mean? That's what it felt like, at least. It was like, damn, we didn't know nothing. We talked about like AC/DC for like 20 minutes probably.
Yeah.
But like, I say that in the way of like me personally, like not being as good of a host back then is what I
Yeah.
mean. It was like, oh, I wasn't that great of a host then, but now I'm feeling a lot better about it.
Like we're saying, we're honing the craft.
Honing
man.
the craft, man. That's what
Yeah.
this is for. So we can check back in, kind of see where you're at,
Yeah.
see how you've been doing, see how the dogs have been. So just kind of get me started on that. I'm excited. I took a bunch of notes about the new singles and stuff that I
Yeah.
want to talk about. Kind of tell me what you guys have been doing lately. What have you been up to? What has the band been up to progress-wise? You know what I mean?
So we've been just doing a lot of this like last semester. I'm sure we probably need to talk about the degree single.
we'll get
that
into
kind
that.
of explains where we were.
Uh-huh.
So I was in Athens this semester,
Totally.
and I wasn't supposed to be in Athens. 'Cause I'm sure if you listen to the song,
I have.
She said,
I'm a
but,
fan. I'm a fan.
It's fun, man. It's very Ramonesy.
Yeah.
But so we have we've been working on an album, and that was probably the first single that came off of
Word.
it. But I was in Athens this semester because I didn't fail a class, but I got a C- in a class, and I didn't realize that wasn't good
that
enough.
was a deal breaker?
That was
I
a
didn't know
deal
that.
breaker, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
And they got my ass for it. Like
yeah.
so like a couple weeks after I went to the graduation ceremony.
Walked.
I walked under the arch. I told my grandma I graduated.
No!
It was bad news, brother, man.
That's hilarious.
And then like 2 weeks after the graduation, I didn't get it in the mail, but I got
Yeah.
the MBUS certificate, which is weird. I was like,
okay.
what's going on here?
Sus.
And then so like I looked on my Athena, and my degree works is a big old red box.
No.
Yeah, dude. It was
That's
everyone's.
crazy.
Dude, everyone had something to say, but like, dude, you're living like people that are like my friends' parents were talking to me. They're like, I've had that nightmare before.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
waking up like one day,
Yeah.
and that like you're at your job and like someone comes in like a suit and tie. It's like, we need to talk to you about your degree, sir.
That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah.
I think it worked out nicely though for you because it was a good pitch. Like when I saw you start posting like the preview clips for degree, I was like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I mean?
I marketed the hell out of that,
Yes,
man.
dude. I love that, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, it's not that great for you. You know what I mean?
You
but
know what? It was like one of those. I learned a lot this semester about turning some. That was a negative, and it definitely turned into a positive.
Well, that's great, man.
But so I wasn't supposed to be in Athens this semester,
Uh-huh.
but we ended up like. So I had to find a sublease last minute, and my cousin, who's a Fiji, he was living with like Hancock right by like Creature Comforts.
Yeah, I know
With
that.
like one of their guys needed a sublease, so
Uh-huh.
I've been living in a frat house pretty much.
Really?
So it's like two houses right next to each other. There's like 5 each, so I'm pretty much living with like 10 guys.
Love it.
It was so much. They were good guys. But
Yeah, I bet that was a lot. But that's not
it was
easy.
it was a lot because I was like the old man of the house.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I had one class a week, right? And then I was working at Kindercore.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know
Slinging-
that.
yeah, I was
How do you
slinging
like that?
vinyls.
You slide them in the sheets, right?
Yeah,
That's what
dude,
everybody
I was-
does.
Do records and sleeves,
Yeah?
stickers, shrink wrap machine.
Uh-huh.
I was a genuine factory worker for a little bit.
Was it pretty fun? I kind of wondered because honestly the pay was pretty good from what I saw.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was. Met some really cool people.
Yeah,
Like, you really
I know
saw,
like Elijah
talent.
was doing it and a few other people, right?
Yeah. I don't know if you know like Jake or like Mike. There's a bunch of guys.
Yeah, a bunch of
Like,
guys.
Bunch of guys. It's like two breeds of people. There's people that are our age, they're like post grad,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just kind of like they're having a lease for another year or something
Yeah.
like that. And then there's like townies,
Gotcha.
and
gotcha,
like I
yeah.
had no really contact with townies until now. And there's
Yeah.
some cool people that work there.
Yeah, I said this on the last episode. I've never really felt like I fit in over there, like the towny side of town, kind of, sort of. But like
Yeah.
I've never felt like cast out either. It's just like I don't know, I don't get it quite yet. I haven't met enough of them, kind of like you're saying.
Very exclusive people. You'd be surprised. Like
Yeah.
they're like, oh, these college kids, fuck them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you had to put up with it for 30 years, I'd probably feel like that too. But I like that side of town. That's kind of like over there, where 1093 is?
Yeah.
That's kind of like where I'd like to live one day, I think. I think that'd be kind of cool. Get a nice little house with a yard over there. That'd be fun.
I bet REM lives over there.
I bet they do too, man. That side of town.
Yeah.
That was another thing I wanted to mention from the episode is that I got me an REM Monster t-shirt because you wore yours last time.
Dude,
yeah.
That's my favorite t-shirt of all time, man.
And I tried to buy that shit off you and you wouldn't do it. And so I finally went out and got me one. I like it, man. I like it. You should have wore yours today. That'd have been perfect.
Yeah, dude. Running back around.
Yeah.
But so I was working at Kindercore. Right?
Yeah, nice.
And then so we were in this like I was in a limbo stage. So I was trying to make that negative a positive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it was strange because we hit more gigs. I don't know if it was because I was in Athens or just like, I don't know, things are picking back up because Corona's kind of like, kind of over. Yeah, man. But we were like back to, I kind of forgot what it was like, man. We were playing like 3 gigs a week.
Yeah, you guys are busy before, right?
Yeah,
I remember that. It was like all the time. Caledonia, a lot of Caledonia, it seemed like, and just everywhere, man. You guys were murdering it.
Yeah, and then we kind of picked back up because like it was weird those like last 2 semesters where it's like there were shows, but there weren't there weren't shows.
Yeah, it was getting frowned upon.
Yeah, but like we were fine. I was like, we're back, baby. But that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah?
In terms of like. We're
growth.
But
the whole time from here to there, it's been steady singles at least, and the EP, of course. So that's impressive. Like Shutting Down and like all this, all the way, right? That was all. Shutting Down would have been slam in the middle of COVID, right?
Right, smack dab in the middle.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've been working on this new album, and like we've been trying to do like we're trying to please the Spotify gods. It's like dripping singles.
Word. Yeah. That's good. I think it's healthy. And like full album. Like we're talking 10 songs, right?
12, baby.
12. Okay.
Man.
I'm sure there's some long ones in there because I know you guys have been digging the long tune. No?
I got some stuff to catch you up on.
Oh, I can't wait.
We're changing the sound, man.
Last time you were in here, you said you're changing the sound.
Oh, we're going. It's never perfect, We're fine tuning.
I love that.
We like, I don't know. We had like a heart to heart with the band of like what we want out of it musically, and I think we finally all hit like a middle ground because that like really like complex, and as much as me and my brother love that, it like wasn't really what all 4 of us wanted, and that's okay. Like those, that 12
like Shutting Down and stuff. Is that what you're referring to? Like the 10-minute song. Shutting Down's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's like 10 or 11. It's probably 10.
What's the other one? It was a single, Blackfire.
Blackfire.
Yeah, Blackfire's another one kind of like
it's
that.
It's like 6.5 minutes, which I don't know how. Like I was listening back to those. We haven't played those live in like over a year.
Okay.
It's like I was listening back to it and I was like, I don't think we could ever do this. Yeah.
Is there a reason you haven't been playing them live? Is it just like 10 minutes is a lot to push as an original song from a smaller band? Is that kind of it? Or?
There's a lot going on with that for sure. It's like that's a tough sell. It's like we're gonna play an original and then it's like a 3-part epic about the Mars rover. It's a tough sell,
Yeah.
And like it's as much as I love that stuff. I was like, let's take a step back. What we really like want to do and like. What makes us like we're not serious people.
Yeah.
We're
like, not serious people.
We're not.
I like that. Yeah.
And like it's almost like we kind of like boiled it. We took everything we did and really boiled it down. Like if you hear those the last 2 singles,
they're very I think punk when I think of them.
Very
Would
punk.
you say so?
We're going punk mode.
I like that, dude.
Yeah.
This is actually one of my talking points, so I'm glad you brought it up naturally. I literally wrote about the last episode. There was a general like disdain with the originals. Like at the time you guys were like saying that you weren't really happy with like Nevada and the earlier songs per se and Pass Around and stuff. Yeah. That wasn't exactly what you wanted to be. So now you said you guys were moving towards the more grunge, longer stuff. So now we're at the next one, and you guys are moving to the next phase.
Well, this next phase is kind of taking the sentiment of those early songs, which are very light,
short,
very short,
yes,
and they're I kind of was I wanted to make a song where like. At the end of it, everyone can sing along to. It's like
very chorusy.
Yeah, really like gang vocals are our fucking. I'll show you some of our stuff. Dude, I love doing it. It's so much fun.
So much fun, dude. I'll sit right here and record the fuck out of some gang vocals.
It's so fun, man.
Just me, and I'm like whispering some and like high some and middle some. I'm like I gotta chill out. There's 50 vocal tracks. You know what I mean? I gotta chill, but
I do. I'm the more the merrier in that case. Like I love like. We probably need to talk. Don't need to talk about AC/DC again. But like, like those AC/DC choruses, man. Yeah. I'm here for them. Like
you took me all night long.
That's all you need.
Yes, all you need. And you nailed that. That was another talking point I had for Sidewalk Smasher, dude. The gang vocals on there are solid. They're like wider in the spots where you want it to be.
That's like that's Cam Corsino. That's his doing, man.
Dude, I like Cam a lot.
Cam's the man.
I'm very stoked with what he's doing to you guys' songs. He's so talented, and he seems to be very passionate about it. What do you think about that? How have you liked working with him?
He's the man. See, like, the problem we've had with all the people we've like had mix our stuff is just time. It just takes forever, and it's like,
okay,
you know, you almost feel like we're wasting their time if we're like, oh, can we tweak this?
Yeah, it's like a general consensus of like, it's got to be done, right?
Yeah, let's get it, you know. But like Cam, I don't feel, because he's like, you know how he is.
Yeah,
he's super
wired.
Stoked about it. He's like, he's always talking about it. And like, if we need like 6 different things done, he's like, oh, I'm on it. I totally get you. That's a good idea. Super supportive about it.
That's awesome. I'm stoked about that.
Yeah, man, he's the man. So he's like, this is like his big first project that besides, because I don't know if you've heard of his stuff. He's like really metal stuff.
I like a lot of his stuff on SoundCloud and stuff. It's almost like EDM sometimes, or like something like that. But I've dug all the productions are just killer, man.
Yeah.
And then I saw him at Rabbit Hole. We were practicing. He just got to tell me about how he went to school for recording, and like that he was doing all this crazy shit and trying to produce as many people as he thought. And he about damn near had me talked into just recording with him that damn day. You know what I mean?
Dude, I don't know. We haven't done it. I would. Doing it with him, like engineer side, would have been fun. I think,
that'd be cool. That'd be very cool.
Because we've never had that. The guy we worked with, Chris from Nucci Space, the absolute man too.
I love Chris. I've worked with Chris.
Yeah,
so nice, dude. That's a nice little setup they got going there, man.
That's where we recorded all the next 12 songs, like Degree and Sidewalk. Those are all from.
Wow, they sound great, man. He's got the drum sound in there honed, man.
Yeah. The drums, we didn't tweak it at all. Like
I was about to say, you used his kit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Word. Yeah, I got in there and he had like just a great drum sound already just honed in. We didn't bring our drums or nothing. I was very impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so all the singles have been Sidewalk Smashed. I mean, have been Nucci Space, except for like before that, you guys were recording in
Hey.
And what town is that in?
That's in Griffin.
So, that was a good sound coming out of there too, though, man.
Dude, that was the best sound.
Yeah?
For sure. They sound perfect. That's the thing. Like, so those, I don't know, the new sentiment we have is like not against perfect, but like, part of why we liked doing those early ones is like we weren't on a click. It was definitely not perfect. They were fun songs, and we're like, that's something we want to get back.
That's so funny you say that, because last time you were here, you were like, we recorded a bunch not to a click. I think we're about to switch over to a click. You know what I mean? It just like flows the recording process.
Flow. Yeah. I'm sure next time I'm in here, I'll be like, oh, I hate those like little things have been bothering me.
And the next record will be to a click.
Yep.
Well, that's just what's great about recording, man. I like that you're kind of aware of it though and moving around with it purposely. Yeah. To have a goal is even great, you know. So the new goal is to do them live.
Dude. Like everything we were doing is like we'll go back and do. Like we'll redo solos and we'll redo vocals.
Of course.
Everything else, like the bass, drums, even both like rhythm guitar parts, live takes.
I love that, man. And they sound like it, dude. I was gonna note that about
they sound really
together,
man.
Yes, they sound really tight. Like I kind of think the goal is to get good at doing that live. You know what I mean? Get it to where it sounds a little more. Not clickish, but like solid, you know, where tempos aren't like all over the place.
And like that's the thing. It's also like playing to everyone's strengths, which Jack is not a. He is a field because like I guess last time we were here, we was talking about with our other drummer Johnny.
Yes, we
Johnny
did talk
was
about
a
this.
machine, and Jack is loosey goosey goon, you know,
which is usually better for live shows, right? Kind of
electric,
somewhat, helps a lot. And so he's officially back in the band, correct?
Yeah.
Every picture I've seen has been him, so that's great to see.
Yeah, he's back in the band.
Love to hear it. So other than that, though, the lineup's the same, and you guys are playing them live. That's interesting, man. I really like that about it. I think that's great, man. I think all this, I like the whole catalog. I'm glad that you guys are, like, moving around with it, though. Like, it'd be really easy just to make, like, pass around 20 times over. You know what I'm saying? So
we're trying something else. Like, Sidewalk Smasher is such a dumb song.
No, it's not.
It is, but I love it. That one live is always... Especially because of the end, because we had that fake out,
like over,
like overkill, baby. Yeah, I haven't been listening to Motorhead.
Love it. It sounds really good, and it's really like what I liked about it is that it was very like I could listen to this one time and sing along the next time I heard it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Was that kind of the goal for you?
Definitely.
I love that, man. And this is kind of the direction you guys are heading. Would you say that the album is formatted like that?
For the most
sort of,
part,
give or take.
yeah, like it's all stupid, fun, fast. You know, we have one like there was one song that we did. It's pretty sludgy, but like that's the one because there's 12 songs. The rest of them they're fun, they're punky, but like in the good way. We want to make it like you know, metal and punk can be fun. You know,
Oh, yeah.
People take metal because like me and my brother are, you know, we like to play fast. So like Sidewalk, that's a fast running riff, man.
180
like,
BPM or something.
It's up there, bro. And then like I'm pushing Jack as fast as he can fucking play. But like that's just because you're playing like maybe slightly aggressive doesn't mean like the sentiment has to be all up in your business, you know?
Gotcha. So it doesn't have to be super serious.
It doesn't. Like
yes.
I think that really reflects like we're here to have it's fun. Like I've never been a serious guy.
I
take
love
the
that.
music seriously, but like and I think the music we're writing really fits our like personalities.
I think so too, man. I think that's kind of maybe from day one. Now that you say it, it's a lot more obvious. But like, you guys are a fun band. Your name isn't like super serious. It's not like you guys aren't writing like deep, like I don't know, deep thoughts. You get what I'm saying? But that's the kind of quintessential what you are. You know what I mean? So you guys are kind of holding on to that. That's what you're saying.
And I think that's like some people would probably take that as a negative, but I'm definitely seeing it as a positive.
I think it's a definite positive, bro. Yeah. I think bands that are that's not fair to say, but like sometimes when a band's just all serious, it's like, man, that's heavy. Listen, like you know what I mean? Like I just want to chill right now.
Like that's why I don't like Midwest emo.
Yeah. So serious.
They're so sad, man.
So sad, bro.
If I get sad, I'll write an angry song, but like now like
I'd love to hear your thoughts on this because last night we did a podcast and we talked about emo music. What do you think about it? I don't know how to describe it because like to me like Blink-182 is like emo, but then
kind of emo.
My buddy was telling me that they're not.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask.
Like in terms of like music wise or like sentiment wise.
Music wise,
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I didn't know what bands to put in the genre is what I'm asking. I guess. Do you know what I mean?
Like.
Isn't it hard? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because like emo's a very. Because I think Tommy classifies himself as emo.
We talked about that. I was like, Tommy says he's emo, but everything I listen to just sounds like fucking like rock to me, like alternative. You know what I mean?
Kind of like upbeat bedroom indie, which is great. But I don't know if it's I don't know.
I'm just trying to get it
screaming their ass off.
Hello there.
I think Blake could be emo. I'm not into it, so I'm probably not the authority to talk about that.
Well, I'm curious about it. Interesting. That helps though. You guys, would you say that you're still trying to be grunge though? I guess that's my segue here.
Probably not.
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys did it really well, I will say.
I think we had fun with it.
You guys did it really well. I don't think I've heard anybody else put out any grunge music.
Yeah.
Like recently, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know any bands that are really doing it, and I'm sure there is some. But I've been telling everybody, you guys are the grunge band in Athens.
Yeah, not anymore. We're hanging up that title. I think.
What's the new title you want to have?
You know, like punk is too aggressive, right? Because when you see here punk, you think like
dirty,
Black Flag. And we're not that. There's a excellent punk movement going on in Australia right now.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You have got to check out these bands,
List them out, brother.
Okay. The Chats, my favorite by far. They're goons. They literally they put out an album yesterday. It's a collab with the Wiggles, and it's terrible. But like, listen to the album High Risk Behavior. It was the best album of 2020.
All right, bet I'm on it.
And then another band called Skegs.
You mentioned this last time.
Oh, I did, dude.
I don't think I checked them out. That's on me. I'll have to look into it.
They're fucking
Anybody
great.
else in particular?
Probably Dune Rats.
Dune Rats.
They're pretty fun. Like, so these bands, they're literally in Australia right now, and they're just like they're like not, they're kind of in the mainstream, but they're not mainstream. Like they've got mainstream listens. Yeah. Without like, obviously the music isn't mainstream. It's very like, it's fun punk is what I'm trying to say.
That's awesome.
Which is like I think that's the sentiment we're trying to capture. It's like it really isn't punk, but it's like punk rock,
Yeah.
Because it's still like you can sing along to it. Everyone can enjoy it. I'm not bleeding my heart out because
it's got energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's also like as much fun as it is to like we're a live band, and much fun as it was to play like Blackfire and stuff. It's you'll lose some people.
Yeah. It's like a sacrifice kind of.
It is.
Yeah. I've had some trouble with that myself. Like I don't know. Like it's so hard to thread that needle between like I want to play this a lot, but I know a 7-minute jam is not what this bar crowd needs right now. You know what I mean?
It is tough reading, man.
Yeah. So do you have anything to say about that? Like, what is the decision like to be like, oh, we're not going to play Blackfire anymore. Oh, we're not going to play all 10 minutes of shutting down or something.
Well, I mean, part of that came pretty like practically because Jack is not on the track of Blackfire shutting down.
Gotcha.
So he didn't like he knew him, but he didn't like know him like we all did. So it was automatic, like how we play the ones that he actually knows.
Totally.
Because because those are not easy songs. You can just like you can't
pick up.
There's a lot of cues
Changes.
and a lot.
Yes.
I think, dude, Blackfire goes through.
There's like a couple segments,
yeah, man. It goes through like 3 different key changes and like a couple different tempo changes and a time signature change, which is like I was like, it was a little bit self-indulgent, I'll probably admit.
No, dude, not even. It was where you were at that time.
Yeah, dude, and I think that's okay. Like admitting that that's exactly where I needed to be, and I think needs to stay there.
Yes, that's a great way to put it, man. Really good. I remember I believe you opened with it one time at Caledonia. Was that shutting down?
Yeah, that shit was electric. I remember
it was
that.
sick. It was very good, and people dug it. You know what I mean? So, dude, at that point in time, that's just who you were, and I think it's easy to think that you have to mean like it's easy to get hung up on like, oh, that last single wasn't exactly who I want to be. You know what I mean?
But that's tough because
who you were.
Especially because you know how long it takes just process-wise. So by the time we released those, it was like we were already writing the next batch. Dude, I'll show you some of these songs, man. I'm excited to show you, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I can't wait to hear them, dude. See, that's another thing. Like, sorry to relate everything back to what I'm doing, but like, it just does. You know what I mean? We've had that same issue of like, between writing, recording, and turning this song around, it's like I'm not excited about it anymore because I've written 6 new songs in that 8 months, you know. So how can you get music out in real time while you're still excited about it? Have you had any luck with that?
Nope.
Well,
I mean, okay. This is the first go around, partially because of Cam.
Okay.
Because of his quick turnaround time. They sound great, and like I get them back because we started this project in like March, right?
Okay.
So this is like so we recorded 2 songs, and then like 4 months later in the summer we recorded like 4 more, and then we did 4 more the month after, and then we finished it up. But so the 2 songs that we just have put out already, we recorded like maybe like August or July.
Yeah.
That's fucking quick turnaround time.
That's
you know,
so fast, dude. They're ready to go now, kind of, sort of. That's great, dude. That's damn near real time, you know. If you can get them out in January,
it's as close as we can get, you know.
Yeah.
And the next one's coming out, I think, late January. So like, eventually, it's gonna catch up with us. But right now, I feel like we're on top of it, as in like,
awesome,
that's
dude.
coming through.
Well, that's growth right there, man. Shout out Cam for making that happen. Yeah. Would you say it's just like you guys sending him stems and him turning them around so quick that's why, or has it been like that the songs were recorded better and there's less mixing?
It's not that they recorded better; they were recorded more raw for sure. There was, and so like when we sent them to Cam, there's like, 4 live tracks and a couple solos stitched, and like vocals is probably the hardest thing that he has to like. I don't even think I think we did it like take by take. It wasn't even like, okay, let's take him this take. It was like, this is gonna be the take.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome, dude. That saved you a ton of time from like, let's do drums. Oh, let's do guitar. Yep. Oops, let's do bass. You know
Especially,
what I mean?
And then you like stitching parts together. Like we got overkill on those like the overdubs, man.
It's easy to. It's easy to though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like that's the thing. Me and Jesse, like, I love him to death. We definitely have our disagreements when it comes to like. But this is like the project where we're like, okay, we're gonna have one guitar part, and we're gonna be the stereo guitars instead of like I'm gonna double my guitar part, we're gonna double your guitar part, and we're gonna put them together.
Gotcha.
Which is that's it's a different form of writing. It worked great.
I love that. Yeah, it's easy to do that, and it kind of saves room, man. See, I had gotten lost in that as well. Like, oh, maybe I don't need 10 guitars here because 2 louder will sound better than 10. You know what I'm saying?
And especially if you have 2 different guys playing the same riff. That to me is money.
That's money.
Yeah, dude, because you have like our differences in tone. And
the way you play it, kind of stuff.
Yep, but you're playing the same. It's very like Guns N' Rosey.
Ooh, love that, man. Let me check this camera right quick because it made a noise that was concerning. Oh, we're good.
Oh, let's go.
We're good, dude. I thought we fucking lost the camera. That'd have been no good. Sorry to cut you off.
Camera
there,
1 is down.
Yeah, that was a good thought.
But we also like Degree was time. Like that was the first time we were like, I've been trying so hard to like market and do social media stuff, which I'm
You're
sure
getting better. I was going to talk about this.
Yeah, I am trying, man.
Yeah, you're getting better.
Me and my brother trying. But that was the first time we were like, this is time sensitive. Like, I didn't graduate college, and I will be damned if I don't make it like known
work
for me. Yeah, because you make it. Fuck it. Like, everyone I talked to, I made this dumb Instagram post of me in a trash can like 2 weeks after. after
I don't think I saw this. That's funny.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But like everyone I talked to at like within like a month of that, they were like, dude, I saw your post. Are you okay? I'm like, yep. I'm coming at that shit with a vengeance, though.
Let's go. Got
And,
a
like,
chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go. So I gotta go pick up. I gotta go pick up that M-Bus. Like, they've got like a gift basket for us. So I'm gonna do that.
Do they?
Yeah. For if you grab, I didn't. So I got the email or whatever. But so I'm gonna go to because I went to Vandenberg. He's like the head of the management department, and I like hand delivered because I tried to get it appealed, right? So I hand delivered his letter, and they still denied my appeal.
Man.
But so I was like, you know what? I'm here. People, it's relevant. I want to get this. Like, they took my degree.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be weird if I have my degree. So it's already been out, and like that was.
I love that, man. Well, dude, I think it panned out well for you because it turned my head, man. When I saw it, I was like, what? So what was the process of writing that like? Was it just like within a few weeks of that happening? Like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Like a couple days later, after I let it simmer down. Yeah, because then otherwise I was so stressed, man.
I bet, man. I bet that's like nightmare scenario.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
It was doomsday protocol. I was trying to find a new place to live. I was, had to, fucking talk to my parents. Like, hey, remember when I graduated?
I did it.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of had a similar thing happen though, as in like they let me walk with 2 classes left.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was going to take them in the summer and just like fucking blew it off. So like I had to go back, So this kind of thing happens. I wouldn't worry about it. But at least you got a great song out of it, man. It was worth it. It was worth it.
It was fun writing that one. Like, we're kind of also taking like a new style in like writing, which is like.
In which way?
So usually I would have like 85% of the song written. Then I bring it to the band. And then, they fill in their parts, and that's the rest of the 15%. But nowadays it's like I'll have a vocal melody, and I'll have like a very simple guitar part, and then I'll be like, okay, boys, let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens with it.
So it's a little bit more democratic in that way, and that was like it turned into like a surf Ramonesy type thing,
So was that purposeful? Like, oh, maybe I shouldn't finish these songs. Maybe this is a little selfish kind of to like bring in full songs.
Yeah, it was a lot of self-discipline involved with that one because I could easily, write the guitar part in my head and the drums and say like I want this, I want that. Instead, I was like, you know what? I really don't have a course in mind besides they took my degree.
Yeah.
Where that line goes, I don't,
I love that, dude. And like that's kind of dangerous too, because some songs, I'm sure you've had this. Like if you don't finish them right then, they're gone.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? You've
Catching
had that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I love comedy. This is
me too.
Quick tangent.
Go ahead.
Fucking love stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But I think it's like I can't remember who's. It was either Bill Burr or like Seinfeld.
I love Bill Burr.
Dude,
I love
Billy,
Bill Burr, bro. He cracks me up. Cracks me up.
He said, or I think it might have been Seinfeld, but they said like a joke is like live joke is literally trying to put a motorcycle into a moving freight train car. If you miss it, you're not getting that motorcycle in there. You're missing that window. And I feel like that's the same thing with songwriting. It's like if I've got about like a two-day timer, because like sometimes it is like, oh, I got to get it right now. You do need to step back, and then you can kind of evaluate.
Yes.
And then that's when the best shit comes out.
Gotcha.
But like if you're, it's like, oh, I'll get to it.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of unfinished projects in there in that book. I'm sure I've got this
in the notes app.
Oh yeah,
in the notes app.
It's like, oh, that would have been cool. What was that again? And then you listen to the riff again, and you're like, that's
garbage.
That's garbage.
But it's probably not, man. I have found personally though. Let's see what you think about this. If I ever have to work on writing it really, really hard, like more than a few months, it's not the one.
It's not gonna work out.
Yeah, and I
totally agree.
Yeah, I'm glad because I've had a couple that I finished like that and put them out, and then the people let me know that it wasn't the one. It was like, well, shit, I should have just trusted that thought, So same kind of thing with you?
Yeah, but then the ones that take literally that are, you feel like you're pulling from some ether. It's like, where is this coming from? Like I wrote a song the other day, and it was like, I was like, this is one of the coolest fucking. We didn't like all the songs were already written for the album, so like this might be the next album cycle.
Nice.
But I was like, I wrote this in like 3 hours. I have no idea what it's about. I have no idea what influenced this. It's a cool like stamping time, you know?
That's
it's like
great.
when it happens, like when you don't have to like take a step back, that is when it's cool too.
It's just like the whole thing is there. Like
it just happens.
Verse, chorus, bridge, everything, concepts, all comes together. Yeah, that's funny that you say that. It comes out of the ether, because I think that's so true. I watched this podcast the other day. This Nashville songwriter was like, I really think that like songwriting is like the closest to God you can be, because there's something supernatural about it. Like when you reach out there and they just appear, you know? So I talk about that all the time because that's fascinating.
I think that's probably a fair assessment.
Yeah,
you know?
there's something supernatural about it.
It's not from this world. I don't know where it comes from, but
and it's like they're already done, kind of. Like you just reach out there and grab them. Like the song was already there. You know what I mean? Like you didn't really construct it. Like the song already existed, and it just fell into your lap.
I feel like that's more of like a creativity thing. Like,
Probably so.
You know, I'm sure artists and like
stand-up comedians, same thing.
Comedians are the most underrated artists of all time.
Yes,
I
dude.
love stand-up
Who
comedy.
are a few of your favorites?
Okay, like currently or like
just all around anything.
I think my favorite is Andrew Schultz.
You
know him?
Love Andrew.
Oh, you must really like comedy, dude.
I love comedy. Greatest heckler ever, bro.
Dude, he's
so great.
He's got just like a what's it called? Like a what's the audience talk? What is it called? Oh my god, I'm blanking.
Dialogue?
No.
Kind of like
shoot, what, like when they're just talking to the audience.
I don't know what word to put on it, but yeah, his shows are pretty much just like he just goes off on what somebody in the audience said.
It's like very loose, you know.
Yeah, like they set themselves up for it almost, you know.
And
it's
like,
great.
Obviously, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr's great
Bill Burr's
too,
the man, and Kreischer and Segura.
Yes, I love Tom. I watched Tom's special on Netflix the other night. I've seen it 100 times. I love it.
Tom is definitely underrated when it comes to that.
His facial expressions. There's a lot that goes into it. And do you like Theo Von any?
So I like Theo Von. I didn't love his last special. Did you watch it?
I didn't either. No. I did watch it, and I didn't like it. I think he's funnier just like when he's on his podcast talking to himself.
Dude, yes. Because like he's, I don't know, when he's a very loose guy. I just want to hear him talk about some shit that happened when he was in Mississippi, sitting on a stool or chairs like down in Mississippi.
Yes.
But he was like really animated. He was trying to be Chris Rock, it looked
kind of, yeah. It was too
the first half. It was
too
very
formulated.
Yeah,
and it didn't seem like him, but I'm sure it's what he felt was right. But like, I actually had a buddy try to tell me that last year. He was like, dude, honestly, I don't think his stand-up's that funny. I think it's when it's just him. And I was like, dude, he's pretty funny. And then I watched that. Yeah, have you ever seen the special where he's on mushrooms?
No.
My bass player Javier showed me this. It's like they call it the Theo Von special set, and he took mushrooms right before he went on, and it's just like a masterpiece. But he's like spaced out. I'll send it to you. It's great.
I'm here for it.
It's great. He's not my favorite or anything, honestly. I probably like Tom, and Andrew fucking cracks me up.
Rips, man, dude. That's like this. Like I'm in the underground. Like, dude, everything from the Comedy Cellar I'll watch, or like the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm more in tune with the comedy scene sometimes than the music scene.
Yeah, dude, honestly, somebody was asking me the other day what I would do if I didn't do music, and I thought long and hard about saying comedy. I don't think I'd be cut out for it.
I'm not cut
out for it, but it's very impressive that those guys do that, and it's no real industry kind of, so like you make your own bones on it. It's very impressive. You're on TikTok, I know.
Yeah.
All my TikTok stuff is Andrew Schultz, like comedy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the clips he posts are great, just rolling the audience, like, and people that are drunk in there, like, lashing out.
He's so, like, clean with that.
So quick.
He's so, dude, yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I'm sure every comedian wants to be a rock star. Every rock star wants to be a comedian. Like, I don't want to get up there and play the hits. Like, that's the opposite for the comedians. Like, no one's interested in the joke you told in your special.
That's a good
thought.
That's
murder.
Man.
That's done. You can't say that joke. But like everyone wants to hear the song from the album. No one wants to hear what you're fucking working on now.
Wow, dude, that's a great take right there, man.
It is a very good analogy.
I'd never thought of it that way, dude. That's a fucking hot take. I love that, man. So, do you think comedians? I mean, I guess you wouldn't know because you're not one, and I'm not one. But like, when they're touring for a year, I wonder how much of the material stays.
I want to say, dude, I've listened to so much fucking Joe Rogan. And
me too.
And like they, whenever he has comedians on, it's my favorite.
Yeah, me too.
And like according to them, I'm pretty sure what they do is like they hone whatever. They take the same jokes, but they kind of like try. They have the liberty to like try and tweak it pretty much until it's perfect.
Gotcha.
And then if it's good enough, like it's then it'll be on their special or whatever there is, their whatever comedy night they have.
So they hone the best hits from their like just improvising into the special.
I think so.
That's fascinating for me, dude. I'd love to get some comedians on here. I don't know any local ones. You know,
I've never been to a comedy show, and that's like a regret. That's a regret of mine.
Yes, dude. I was telling the band, I was like, dude, I want to go see a fucking good comedian. Like, I want to go see Dave Chappelle or Tom Segura or somebody like in Atlanta. You know what I mean? Because they don't really come to Athens. You know, I've seen Ron White in Athens. You like Ron White? He's an older guy.
He sounds like a chewed cigar.
Yes, yes, he pretty much is. I saw him at the Classic Center and it was really funny. But I want to go see a real fucking comedian.
That'd be but cool. I want to see it in like a club. I don't want to see it in like an arena.
Gotcha. So you want to see it like the Improv or something?
Yeah,
I used to go to Hendershots. Used to do stand-up comedian like the night, where you sign up. And honestly, I was
open
laughing.
mic?
Yeah, I was laughing my ass off. It was really good.
That's the thing. Like I never get people that heckle comedians. Like if I go to a comedy show, I'm gonna laugh. Like I'm an easy laugh.
Yeah, bro. I'm not saying shit. I don't want to be in the target lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm sensitive. Don't fuck with me, please.
Especially not with Andrew, bro. The people that be saying stuff to Andrew, I'm like, your life is in his hands now.
It's like they don't know that he's vicious.
Yes, in the funniest way, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess that's probably enough about stand-up. But I'm glad that you enjoy that as well. I'm gonna start sending you funny bits and shit.
I'm here for it.
I love it, man. Yes. So tell me a little bit. Let's segue into this. You say that you've been a little bit more aware about like marketing and stuff. I've noticed that as well. You guys are having like giveaways and seen a lot more pictures of separate from the whole band, like Tyler posting stuff, Jesse posting stuff, I think at least. And TikToks, I've seen some great TikToks that were original. I was like, fuck, I should have thought of that, stuff like that. And just tell me a little bit about that, like learning marketing per se. Anything you have to say on that?
I mean, I don't know jack shit, first of all.
Yeah, still working on it?
Yeah, but I am trying. That's the big thing. And like, I don't know. What I realize is like no one's coming for you. There's no record label that's gonna be like, hey man, we got the marketing for you guys. That was good enough. We got it. We'll take it from here.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. And like somebody's got to do it, and I feel like that kind of falls on me for the band, just because I'm the most, and I'm not like at all social media savvy.
Gotcha.
But I think the biggest thing is doing it. Like, well, honestly, the most success I've kind of fallen off the wagon the past 2 weeks, but like
that's okay.
For a month and a half or like 2 months. I posted twice a day, every day, and
that's a lot, man.
It was a lot, man.
Yeah,
and like it really paid off in Instagram Reels because like we've had trouble with the TikTok. But like our most viewed TikTok was one we posted recently. It was about Sidewalk Smasher.
Yeah, I think I might have seen this one. Was you had the 40s?
Yeah, dude.
Yes, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, because that was a perfect, like, we were doing it was Thanksgiving Day, and, like, me and my family were all, like, because the song was coming out that night, and my family, they're all super supportive, so, like, I bought, like, a bunch of Four Locos and a bunch of 40s, and then it was just, like, I was filming, like, my uncles, my aunts, drinking a Four Loko, man, and they're, like, they're all making, like, wine tasting notes of this bastard of a drink.
That's hilarious, man.
It was great content. It
was.
But where the most success we've had is like on YouTube, which is my brother does YouTube Shorts.
Gotcha.
It's like we're trying to grow subscribers. Like we've grown. Everyone says the first 100's the hardest subscribers.
Totally.
And we've like it's been exponential. Like we're at like 190 something.
Word, man. Hell yeah.
And over the last like month, it's just like every time we post, we get like 1 or 2 subscribers.
That's it. Just steady.
This is the grind.
Consistency wins on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I was impressed by a lot of your videos. Wrote that down as well. Like you guys were. I guess it was COVID era and a little bit towards the end of it. You guys were like murdering the covers, like full blown ass, like produced well covers and like great thumbnails. I was like, wow, this is impressive.
That's what we're trying to do. Yeah, it's like I don't know if we have like any. I don't know what so we're trying to do those cover videos and like they were doing okay, but what we realized is let's try to see what's happening now and join a wave versus like because like full blown cover videos we were noticing people watch the first like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And so we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do the chorus for a TikTok or something like that and post it to Instagram Reels and
totally, man.
And
See,
YouTube Shorts.
That's smart that you guys are on that.
Yeah, it's like, and me and my brother, we're trying to figure this. We're trying what we can to make this shit work, But I definitely, I in terms of like people I've talked to. So this company came to my entrepreneurship class like last semester, and they're called Roca News. And they're like an independent news organization. It's like so like every morning like 4 a.m. they'll post like what's going on for the day.
Gotcha.
And it's just unbiased. It's just the facts, cool little thumbnails, and it's just like bullet point news. And I'm like, this is fucking fantastic.
Just on YouTube?
No, on Instagram. It's literally
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
like you scroll through in the morning. And it's like this. I love this content. It's like rarely like you know when companies come into your business class, you're like, fuck you. I don't care about your
Verizon
Fortune
Wireless.
Yeah, fuck you. But these guys, they were young and they were like really cool. But like they had 30,000 followers on Instagram.
That's hefty.
That's hefty, right?
Yeah.
That was in March, and I checked back because like I've been consuming their daily things.
Yeah. I
checked back in September, and they were up to 1 million fucking followers on Instagram. And I was like, let's do some math here. That just skyrocketed, man.
God, that's unreal growth, man. That's crazy.
So like I emailed my professor that brought them into the class. I'm like, I have got to talk to these guys, you know? And like, and I finally got in contact with one of them, and they were really sweet guys, very kind. And they were like, he was telling me about his journey, and he was like, very interested about. He's like, okay, so why are you calling me? He's like, you want a job or like? I was like, no, I've got this band thing, this dumb band thing. He's like, and he was like, dude, I'm in. Let's talk about it. What are you doing now? What could you be doing? And he was super supportive about that. And I was like, okay, let me get up off my ass and let's try.
Damn, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool, man.
Let me get his number too. I'm fascinated, bro.
I will give it to you. He's a cool guy.
People like that are the best too, that you can just hit up and like it. I've started to notice it as more of like a only the real high achievers are kind of doing it, but like when you just hit them up and they're like, boom, how can I talk to this guy for 30 minutes and help who's ever calling out? That's pretty rare, and usually those guys are on something because they're trying to give the advice out, you know. So did you see any results from that, or it got you going? Kind of.
It got us going, and the results we've seen, you know, it's as little as it is. You know, I'm still trying with TikTok, man. I can't fucking figure that shit. I hate TikTok, but
it's tough. It's not easy.
But
it's not easy, but it's another consistency thing because I've struggled with it as well. I think I'm. Yeah, I follow you guys.
No, we follow you too, guys.
yeah. And like I post just everything I can. I'd say like 98% of what I post gets 12 likes. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm just gonna keep doing it until I figure it out. I think through the process of doing it, we'll get better at it. I saw the one you posted about shaky knees. That was hilarious. Loved that.
They fucking responded, but I don't know who it was. Yeah. I was like, that's the thing. Okay, also, in terms of like inspiration for getting on my ass, dude, that solo podcast you did about what you did with like, oh, here's how I talk to booking guys.
Oh,
here's like,
yes.
That was, I was like, okay, I got to start doing something, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And like, so what I've found is like, so the more I reach out to people, the more you get back.
Totally.
And you know what's interesting is like, we would send these. My brother is like he will craft this beautiful. Hello, we're everyday dogs, and this is 2 paragraphs worth and nothing. And I'm just like so to the point when in my emails and my DMs. I'm like, hey, you guys need an opener? Or like hey, who do I talk to about doing this? That's how we get that Gladiators thing. Like, who do I talk to about fucking playing a show here? And I was like, and they were like, okay, who's who you need to talk to?
And you've had better results with the quick and go? I love that, man. See, that's great. Like, yeah, that's a great way to put it. What was I going to say about that? Like you said, reaching out to more people, you get more results. So, like, kind of the secret in it is just reaching out, right?
Yeah, that's like 98% of
it. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm talking, I guess that was the point of the video I made, was like just email the info at insert venue name or insert the bar name, you know? And just like hope and just like keep doing it, you know. That's how I've gotten everything.
Yeah, so. And like it's like people don't have. I hate reading emails, so like everything you can say to capture someone's attention, I think of it as a post. Like all my headers are dumb, but they're straight to the point. Like half of mine are the biz, you know? And you'd be surprised.
People to look, bro.
They'll be like, what are you talking about? You know?
Yeah. The worst thing you can put is like band booking inquiry. You know what I mean? It's like.
Yawn.
Delete.
Fuck this guy.
So, dude, I'm glad that you're fucking getting stronger on that because I did a podcast the other night. Sorry to keep referencing other stuff, but it's relevant.
I consume your
I'm glad.
craft. So.
Thank you, man. I'm glad. We were talking about you the other night at I did one at 1093 with Jeff. He interviewed me. It's very cool. You should check it out when it comes out. He was asking me what bands in town I was excited about, and I said you guys.
Let's go.
But I was also saying that I want to see you guys playing out of town more because you guys are so good. You guys should be playing Clemson and Tuscaloosa and Myrtle Beach and everywhere.
Dude, we need someone. I'm still not as strong a booking man as you. So
I don't believe that. Come on.
Yes, we have to get on that. Like we played. What did we do? We did a little bit more outside Athens and Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm not saying that you guys aren't playing.
We need to do
it more.
I totally need to.
Yeah.
It's just like booking gigs is not my strong point.
Gotcha.
You need to talk to is the fucking Granville guy.
Yeah, dude, Jay Kenny, he'd be a good guy to reach out to. That's been a great episode.
We definitely just got like I don't know how it'll work out, but we definitely got a guy that like was like, hey, you guys have a guy booking for you? I'm like, no, if you want to try, go and go for it, you know? Because like that's the thing. It's so encouraging whenever we play like shows in other towns and like. It's like I don't know how much you probably get this all the time. It's like, hey, you guys are actually good. You know, it's like, yeah, man,
like general surprise.
Yeah, dude, everyone's shocked that some local band is at all competent, and it's just like, yeah, what were you expecting? A shitty local band, you know? It's like, all right,
get that so much, man.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, man. Especially in we did. I think we had this wild like. Half the gigs we got, I guess, were like me and the Athens Jam Ham crew. Me just like because everyone's like, "Yo, we need a band for this." I'm like, "I'm in there, DMs."
Yeah, I'm there with you, bro. I'm there.
But we got one. It was like some guy was like, "Yo, this band at UNC needs a band," and I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it. It's Halloween," you know.
I saw that post in there. I remember it. I wanted it bad.
Oh yeah,
I didn't ask though. I did because we were busy.
You got to ask, man. That's all you gotta do.
In Chapel Hill, right? Like
yeah.
North Carolina.
So like we drove up there. Jesse was we played two gigs where we're doing it 3-piece, and it was like, so one gig we played with Cam, actually. It was me, Tyler, and Cam. It was like outside the baseball thing for the half.
Okay, yeah.
It was a fucking mess. It was so much fun to play with Cam.
Yeah.
But and then we played this one, so I was like, we're gonna make no matter what, because I said like, yeah, we definitely want to play this gig. And I'm like, yeah, okay, come up. And then like the week of, Jesse was like, yeah, I'm actually going to the beach. It's like, no, you're not. You know? It's like, what the fuck you mean? And he's like, I'm going to the beach. So it was me, Jack, and Tyler. Like, we're still fucking. There's money up in UNC. We have got to play. So like, we drive up there. It's the three of us, and like, they're really nice guys. And it was, we're at our week because like I didn't realize how much I fucking lean on Jesse.
Yeah.
Because like you're the lead guy. I'm not the lead guy. So I'm playing Freebird. I'm like, I don't know the Freebird solo. So we were playing all the lights. Like I kind of forgot how much I just like
need him.
Yeah, man. Because I'm the rhythm guy, and sometimes I just don't play guitar because I like to just sing on some songs. So
Love that.
But I was like, oh shit, like I have to play these songs and like. And
solo and
but dude. So like we fucking tanked, but it was like they were all still super like that was fucking sick. Yeah. We lost power like 4 times because everyone kept tripping over chords. But
and this was a fraternity thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
but it branched you out though, man.
It was super fun. Like everybody had a great time. We played a lot of chats because like they're a 3-piece.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That Australian
band you told me
band.
about, yeah.
And there's always like 4 people that know who they are. And as soon as you get those people, they're electric. They're like, holy shit, you know the chats. But it's one song, Smoko, and this like there's like one call response part. But they had and like we lost power like 6 times, but they were like,
man.
They were fucking drunk and disorderly, wild. But we have this one song. It's a new song. It's, I'll show you. It's not done yet.
I want to hear this shit, man. I can't wait.
It's very like there's kind of a chorus, kind of not. Even that. But the bass line is. We've like really boiled down. Like I said, we can boil down our sign, but the bass line is like boom, boom. Boom, boom. That's it, And then literally, like, I look over, it's because Tyler's like fucking just grooving, and then the drums come in. I look at these like 6 sorority girls, they're going bow, bow, It's like, it was electric. But
and I guess riding off that, is it like, are you guys? Did you see any results from that? As in, like, did you get any followers from UNC? Did like you make any fans that are like gonna last? Kind of.
Yeah, at least a couple, man. Yeah, and then like I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for. Like every gig, you will have the opportunity to get another gig. Like
totally.
whether you talk to enough people, somebody knows somebody booking somewhere, or the person that booked just like, you guys got to come back.
Yes,
you have to get on their ass.
Yeah,
it's like, when are we coming back? When are you?
Yeah, but the frat gigs don't really happen without it. We talked about this last night too. I'm trying to stay on them, like reaching out and stuff, but like. I think every fraternity gig we've ever got has been like word of mouth, or like, hey, do you guys want to play in 2 weeks? Or like, yo, we saw you one time at this place. Come play our place. It's not just going to happen. You can't just cold DM someone and
Yeah.
it pan out really, or at
Like-
least I haven't had any success personally.
I mean, I'm sure everyone's emails is somewhere, so
Yeah.
you could, but I highly doubt that would work. You know?
Yeah,
It's just
so
not
it's
the way you
interesting.
get those.
So now you've got roots in NC though, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can put it on your resume, you can put it on there when you reach out to towns nearby, like, yo, we played this frat event, we got a few fans out here, kind
Dude,
of.
that's what when you said like everywhere you go you're filming, like just as an advertisement, that fucking blew my mind, man.
Yeah.
So like we took videos for this Gladiators thing, and like I'm definitely gonna like, shout out, like some other minor league hockey leagues.
That's sick, dude.
And be like,
That's
hey,
smart.
this
Yeah.
is what we did here. You guys interested? Like this
Yeah.
will be a cool thing to happen if you guys are interested.
Yes, dude. I'm so glad somebody got something from that video. 'Cause,
Oh,
like,
I was taking
I'm
notes,
glad.
man. I was at Kindercore. You could like listen. You can listen to podcasts
Yeah.
and stuff. And like I was listening to that, and I was like, I had to stop what I was doing. I wrote some like notes in
Yeah?
my phone, man.
Yes, dude. I'm stoked because like I didn't get much response on it. Like nobody reached out, which just happens sometimes. Or a few people reached out, but it wasn't like a ton. I was like, damn, dude. I thought
people are listening to that.
Yeah.
100%.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that because that was the goal. Was like, man, these bands could use some help, And I think I've gotten okay at it. So if anything helped, you took any notes from it, that's
Yeah, man.
great. It's like evidence is how I put it in there.
Yeah.
It's like evidence that you've done what they are. Like a frat in Alabama fraternity, excuse me, and you play there one time, you can send that video to every fraternity there and say, hey, we've been playing the scene. Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is what we did last time we were here, and people are moshing or whatever, So it's kind of like long-term brand investment, and I'm glad you learned from that, man. I appreciate you saying that. And I am stoked on the Gladiators thing. I'm a huge hockey fan.
Are you really?
A huge hockey.
Let's go, man.
I played intramural here for a while.
No
and
way.
I played when I was a kid.
I'm hockey.
It's very loose, like open skate, kind of like you just show up and you kind of like make teams and play.
That's
but
awesome.
yeah, it's not intramural. That's the wrong word. But when I saw this, I was like, dude, they're playing a fucking Gladiators game. That's
man.
sick, bro. And it's like in an arena. That's cool.
Yeah, we technically played Gas South Arena. No
Yeah,
big deal.
arena
no
band.
Big deal. Yeah, dude, Arena Rock.
How'd you like it? How was the whole experience?
It was like the person that helped us book it was real. She's a sweetie. Like, she's really nice. She's like one of those like I've been around the world like doing with this with bands, and she was like, it was really cool that you guys did this. But it was like it was a Wednesday night, so it wasn't exactly. There was like maybe like 250, 300 people there.
Yeah.
But still,
That's
like,
hockey in Georgia.
That's
hockey
man.
in Georgia.
And like the people that were there was like I don't know. I had a theory. It was like the hockey crowd probably likes rock and roll.
Oh yeah.
That's a pretty safe bet.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
so safe. I love that.
So I was like, you know what, this will probably work out. So like the people that were right next to us, super positive.
Yeah?
They were like, it was a lot of like older people, like parents. They're like, that was so good, kids.
Well, dude, I'm just from the pictures I saw, I was like, that's awesome.
It was pretty electric, man. But it was like the one thing I didn't know. They were asking me about like our amperage. Like our
ampage?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't fucking know. He's like, I can't give you more power unless I know the amperage. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna add up the volts. He's like, you should probably add up the voltage. I'm like, what? So I'm sitting
never
there
had that asked.
putting like I'm like looking at all the like the back of amps, the back of the speakers, and I'm like adding all the volts up and putting it into like an equation. I'm like, what? And then like I took a step back. I'm like, what am I doing?
That's crazy, bro. I played venues and they've never asked that.
I know, man.
I guess that's different. Did they push you guys through all the speakers in the arena? No. So it's just you guys running.
Yeah, it was just our equipment. And
Was
like,
it pretty loud all the way in the back? Do you know?
I think it reached. It was still like that was just that would have added so much more time and
effort.
and,
Latency and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, you got to worry about it a lot there.
That's fascinating, dude.
But like
arena
Jesse's
life.
Yeah, dude. It's like I didn't think I didn't really think about that kind of stuff. But it worked out. Like I think we were loud enough.
Yeah, dude, great. Well, that's exciting. And I think that what you said about hockey, rock music and hockey is very strong because being a hockey fan my whole life, I don't know if you've ever had any of the NHL hockey games. Like you ever played Xbox NHL?
Never have, man. I'm not a big video game guy.
Me either. I'm not anymore. But when I was a kid and I had NHL,
NHL.
like you should go on Spotify. You have Spotify, right? You a Spotify guy?
Of course.
And type in NHL like 08 playlist.
Oh, I bet it rips.
It rails, bro. It'll be like The Strokes and Arctic Monkeys and like Thunderstruck and like Blur and shit. And like it's all just rock music is like the thing there. So I'm always kind of, or I'm starting to mention the band. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to make music that they played a fucking hockey game.
Let's
you
go,
know what I'm
man.
saying?
You gotta reach, dude. That was like like FIFA 08. I did play FIFA.
Oh yeah. It's
like that era there.
Yeah.
No, Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Dude, that music was fucking great.
Was banging, bro. Those songs would get me hype. So, dude, that's fucking so sick.
It was like, so originally when I reached out, like I don't know why, I fucking like at some point this semester I panicked. I'm like, I want to be a musician. Let's get some musician work. You know, what kind of musicians? Like, and I saw the Braves won the World Series.
Yeah.
And like, so I was like, I reached out on a whim to the organist that plays for the Braves.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let me pick this guy's brain for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just because like I was like, I had an idea. It's like hockey doesn't have like an in-game
organist
or
but sound.
Apparently they do.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
At the big hockey games, I guess.
Yeah, they got like an organ guy, which is kind of lame because it's like that's baseball's thing. So I was you know what? So I was like, I'm gonna pick this guy's brain, like, because I thought I had like a really out there idea. It's like, what if we like me and my brother were the right and left hand? Like, I'll play bass, he plays guitar. We'll play like these little like 30-second interludes of like just the choruses, pretty much be an organ. But like a rock and roll. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was my idea. And like, so I reached out to the guy and he was really nice. He's a big jazz guy. And he was like, yeah, I mean, they have an organist, but you could definitely reach out, like just like ask for the, some general manager, like marketing exec or whatever at a hockey league. And I was like, I did. And they're like, yeah, we have an organ guy, but we could really use a band for like in between periods.
We got you.
Like, I got you too.
Yeah, I got you.
That's even better.
Preferred.
Yeah.
So that's a wild ask, honestly. Like, I don't think many people are reaching out to hockey games. Like, that's great.
No, it is. You know,
they need. So, do they have bands frequency? Do you know? Frequently.
Apparently, that was like one of the first times at a Gladiators games, and apparently, I think it went well.
Dude, I'm about to fucking reach out. I'm stoked.
Do it, man.
I love hockey, dude. I had toyed with the idea of trying to play the Athens one because have you ever been to a hockey game in the Classic Center?
I reached out to them and did not get a response from the Ice Dogs.
Yes,
I sent them like a DM or something.
Yeah,
wasn't like
they literally have a stage right there that people kind of stand on. It's like the beer garden, but also
it could definitely work, man.
It could.
It has been done before, so definitely reach out with that, man.
I might have to, but the Classic Center fucking acoustics are god awful.
I'm sure they.
Yeah, like you can't even tell what the announcer's saying. So I guess there's that thing of it, but I think it's just
smaller
cool.
though. I think right.
Yeah,
so
Gladiators is massive, bro. It's 2 levels, right?
Dude, we did dude, it's huge. So like Jesse did the national anthem. They asked me if I want to sing the national anthem. I'm like, fuck, no chance, no chance, no shot. I'm a rock and roll singer. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not.
We can barely sing.
Yeah, right. Like I'll scream my ass off for 20 minutes or whatever, but like that's my I don't know the words to the national anthem either, man. That's my red flag, bro. I don't know all the words.
Red flag.
Yeah, that's
no, you're good, man. That's like my nightmare is having to sing the national anthem somewhere.
I was like, no, but we can play it on guitar, and they're like, perfect. I'm like, thank God.
Dude, that's hype, bro. And you guys, this is just cool. I don't see bands doing it. Not only that, but you guys have been playing a couple places that I haven't seen like every band doing. Like was it the Masquerade?
Yeah, man. That was a fun time.
I don't know any band other than you guys and Hotel Fiction has done it. But you guys look like you had a great crowd. How'd that go?
It was pretty good. I mean, so it was like a random some guy that was booking it for us. He was like, he's really a Masquerade booker. He's like, yeah, I'll book for you guys, and he booked one gig, and then get ghosted us.
That happens, yeah. I've had that happen
man.
A couple times, honestly.
Yep. Yeah, hate to see it, but he was a nice guy or whatever. But so it was like that. We definitely pulled the most people, I believe. Like,
good for y'all.
It was fun. There was maybe like 50 so people there.
Word, dude. Yeah,
it was fun.
Atlanta's tough.
Atlanta is tough, man.
It's tough, man.
Everyone's in Athens.
Yeah, because everybody we know is here.
Yeah,
and I've had trouble in Atlanta too at Smith's Old Bar. Not trouble, but just like not a huge amount of success. And is it just me, or is the Atlanta scene a lot more frightening in the way of like you couldn't know every band? It's like bigger than you could ever grasp. Like,
I think
me
so.
and you kind of know almost all the bands in Athens. I'd say that's a fair bet. But Atlanta, it's like there's different segments. There's like Jonesboro area and like Duluth, or you know what I mean. It's
I think that's because of the general size.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair assessment.
And it's not as welcoming a little bit.
It's not. That was part of. So like, every time like you play with bands, it's like someone's got to borrow something, right? And like we had this whole fucking fiasco of like, because they send the DMs like, yeah, you guys can borrow our kit. Perfect. I'm not gonna bring a kit. We get there, the guy's like, hey, you can't use my kit.
Really?
What the fuck, bro? Who actually? I mean, I know it's annoying.
Fuck? No.
But like, if like
that's band etiquette.
That is.
Yeah.
And like we had to go jump through 8 different hoops to try to get a kit there. But
wow.
So
That's crazy.
I'm not gonna say the name. Like, so fuck.
You really did your research. You could figure it out.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy, dude. The drummer thing is weird to me. I love drums. I'm trying to learn how to play drums. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
But to
Let's
me,
go.
when like we're doing 3-band bill and like a band insists on using their kit, to me that's like annoying.
It is because it's just waste time.
Yeah, like you got to
It's
remake
space.
everything. But at the same time, I understand wanting to play on your instrument. So I'm in the middle on it. Personally, it's like annoying when time is of the essence, but it's not for me to say as a singer, I guess. So I was wondering if you had any thoughts on that.
My drummers are all like, yeah, if I don't have to bring a kit,
Money, yeah, way better, right?
And if like we're the headlining band, yeah, we'll provide for them. You know, it's like even dude, if I don't use pedals really, like,
I don't either.
You don't?
Nope.
Fuck yeah, I'm glad I'm not the only one, man.
Dude.
But like Jesse uses like pedals or whatever. But like if I had pedals and I had all my sound dialed in the pedal board, I wouldn't care whose amp I was using. I really
That makes
wouldn't.
sense. Yeah. See, that's a kind of growth thing, I think, because you used to use pedals, right?
I did.
Me too. My pedal board has not. This whole rig right here has not left this room since like halfway through the tour. Because like I think it's the growth of being like. Then again, this is easy to say, not as the lead guitarist,
No,
but
I'm
like,
curious what you're about to say.
like who gives a fuck about my phaser in the solo on? You know what I mean? Like, ain't talking about love. Like nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, for me it was just like a convenience thing. Like it was like I had even when I did have pedals, I had an overdrive and like a distortion. So I was like
necessities kind of stuff.
yeah, the bare bone and I use my tuner. That's the only thing I use. But I would go between like super fuzz and no fuzz, and I was like, you know what? That was also like I like what I realized is like a lot of music I like is doesn't switch from clean to heavy, and that was a lot of our old stuff was like we had a little
like
bit
roaring.
Yeah, it was like it was a lot of like different dynamic shifts. I'm like, you know what? I like right here.
Yeah,
let's keep it right here. And let's find a good sound that I like with the all the records or all the songs that we've been doing. It's like just me on the orange. That's it. I haven't touched any dials or anything.
I think that's just growth, man. Honestly, there's probably some like guitar nuts ready to just murder us when they hear this. Man. You know what I mean? And I'm not hating on that. It's just like growth of like playing like 3 gigs a weekend. It's like, dude, if I have to set up one less thing and it's the pedal board, and I have to worry about 6 less connections going out.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
I think that's also a singer thing because like the lead guitarist
probably is.
I think that because like I don't need to worry. I don't want to worry about that because something's gonna go wrong.
Yes, and we have shit going on already. Like we're not like clicking shit around. But maybe if I was lead guitarist, I'd be like, all right, I'm about to hit that delay.
Then you can afford to really really hone your tone and like, that's what Jesse. He's like for Freebird. He's like to kill. Like a 6-minute solo. He's like, I got to use the wah. I got to use my whammy thing. I got to use this and that.
That's a good thought. See, at the start of that, I'd have thought negatively on pedals, but here we are at the end. It's a singer thing, isn't it? We just don't want to deal with it.
I just don't. Really,
we already got our hands full.
I already forget words all the time, man. I already can't remember the words.
How's your voice been holding up when you're doing a lot of 3-hour shows? Is that kind of thing still good? You said strongly last time.
So recently, honestly, I've had like a you go through stages where you're like, oh, I'm not going to do any distortion or like I'm going to use this part. I'm going to be very disciplined.
Yes.
I have given up.
You've given up.
Yep. Yeah, we're just fucking going. I'm just going for it,
Okay.
It's like I tried so hard to be like, all, uptight and like try to be clean the whole time because like I got to pace myself.
Gotcha.
I realize it's like whenever I'm like above a certain register, it's more fun for me to go distortion. It sounds better, and like what I realized is like those early records that we were doing is like whenever we did vocals like for my guitar part and for my vocals like let's do it again clean, and so like I almost like got in my head it's like clean is better.
Yeah, you wired yourself incorrectly.
Yeah, I think so. And then like I would sing, and it's like I would get frustrated myself because like if I crack or something like doesn't like necessarily sit right in a clean tone. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And then like, so we recorded these. So we recorded 2 songs at Nucci Space. Yeah. At the beginning, at the first section we did for this new batch, and then clean. And then the next time I just hit fuck it, and I'm like, you know what? We're like, I started like it's almost like a confidence thing. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it like with a little bit of grit, and we're just gonna fucking go for it, And it sounded so much better that we went and re-recorded the other one.
Word, okay.
And I was like, you know what, this is fun. And I started doing it live too, and like I'm so much less like like uptight, timid.
Trying to sing wrong, like not you.
Yeah, exactly. And
is distortion a tool that you're like utilizing? You're like, all right, I'm about to turn the distortion on, or is it like, no, I'm just about to sing this how I am?
It is a little bit of both. Like so, like
That's
at
a
the
good
beginning
answer.
of the set, I'll because if you try, I'm trying to be like a little bit calculated about it still though. So like at the beginning of the set, I'll warm up my vocals. Like I've got it set up where it's like we're gonna play Mary Jane's Last Dance and like Blitzkrieg, but like some lower register stuff.
Yes.
And by this point in the set, I'm warm. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna sound terrible. It's gonna be me, and like I can still hit those because like I guess I have no idea how anything works in the vocal. But like by the end of the set, like I'm able to hit the Sweet Child on my notes on grit.
Ooh,
and
that's up there, man.
It's up there, man.
It's up there.
But I'm able to hit that with a little bit of grit because it's hard to go back. Like
once it's gone.
Yep.
I think that's just a good method to have on longevity. Like the first song being a pretty easy sing, I think is a good idea.
Yeah, dude, I've made the mistake of putting "Welcome to the Jungle" at the first. Dude, that was a mistake.
I bet, bro. All that Guns N' Roses stuff to me is very difficult. We do Paradise City, and I just struggle with it. Yeah,
you're a brave.
Too brave, bro. Too brave. That's funny though. I'm glad that you're kind of thinking about that kind of stuff. That's like a longevity thing. How about set list though? Like, is there any sort of like? I know everybody has their own kind of way internally. I think when you're formulating an original and/or a cover set. Is there like, oh, my banger is going to be first, and then 2 new ones, and then another banger, or then a cover? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you have any kind of formula on that? No?
I think like so recently we have these new songs. A lot of times we were limited because of all the like, oh, we can't do Blackfire live. We're like I'm not feeling that vocally, but everything we've been writing now is kind of like we can do it every night. There's not a song. It's like,
yeah, it's realistic.
Yeah, it's so we still want to. We're like Nevada used to be our big closer because like the end solo or whatever.
It's catchy and
it's
stuff.
fun, and get everyone involved. Yeah. But now Sidewalk Smashers are closer.
I could see that
because at the end, dude, everyone's Sidewalk Smashers.
Yeah, everybody can sing that, bro.
So easy, and plus I usually do I'll explain what a Sidewalk Smasher is to everybody. And
give us an explain for the people that don't understand. I believe it has something to do with Four Locos.
It does have something to do with Four Locos. So like, what a Sidewalk Smasher or Slammer? They're both same thing on Urban Dictionary. It's a drink, and it's you take a 40 ounce of your preferred beer, preferably Miller High Life. You drink half of it, right?
Okay.
And then you pour the Four Loko into the remaining half.
Wow. Give it a little shake.
Give it a little shaky.
A little shake or no?
Four Loko Gold. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You put a Four Loko Gold in there, and you have a Sidewalk Smasher.
Wow, dude, I'm gonna have to try this. I don't think I've ever had one.
It's gross, but you wind up on the sidewalk because you fucked up. It's so much fun.
That's hilarious, bro.
It's fun. Yeah, and like the lyrics are so dumb because like we have there's this song by the Skeggs. It's called New York, California. And like the drummer plays it. He sing like Jack will sing it. And I'll play drums. It's super easy.
That's hype.
And it's literally the words are going down to New York, California. Got a Coca-Cola and I got a cigarette.
Yeah.
The entire song.
And
like every time I put that live, by the end of the song, everyone's like, going down. Everyone's getting into it, even if you don't, because it's like a really like obscure punk song, but like everyone gets into it. So I was like, I like that idea.
It's perfect.
So yeah, it's like I'm gonna repeat the same. Like, it's, give me a 40, give me a 4. I need a Sidewalk Smasher. That's it.
What does the 4 mean?
So the Four Loko.
Okay,
so
okay.
40 ounce of Four Loko.
That makes perfect sense now. See, I'd wondered. I thought it was just like slang for 40 again, but that makes so much sense, dude. It's a great song, and I love that concept too. I'm trying to get there myself personally as well. From like, hey, maybe this song doesn't need to be super deep lyrically. Like, it's okay if verse 1 and verse 2 are the same. It's okay if my intro is the chorus, and like I do the chorus 4 fucking times on the way out.
So fine.
Yes.
Start with the chorus.
People confuse complexity or complexion with good. You know what I mean?
That's part of my beef with emo. Everyone thinks their problems are so important. Yeah. They're just like whining about it, man. Like, I want to hear a song. I think like, I don't know, just like, I think songwriting wise, I'm hitting a stride of like stuff I like to write about.
Good for you, man.
You know, like this, it's fun. Like the next song we got coming out is called Play Ball. It's just about baseball.
That's awesome. You have good concepts for everything, bro.
I love storytelling. You know?
And that's a good thing to hold on to if I was you. It seems like you're doing it really well though. Like even from like Nevada to like Degree to Sidewalks, I feel the story in those without knowing it per se. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude. I mean it. It's true.
Yeah.
And hold on to that because I think that's what I like that as well. When like, oh, this song has a story. Maybe I don't say it exactly because like country music's really bad and not really
Just
bad.
hyper specific.
Yeah, like super specific, like location and like here's what we're doing. Here's the exact story. That's one of the things I don't like about it, but I love it as a whole. You know. Mm-hmm. So when it can be broad,
but still semi specific, you know.
Yes, like you could figure it out if you wanted to, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I totally get it. Yeah, there's a happy medium somewhere in there. Like,
yeah,
we wrote this. The one outlier that's dude, you got it.
The sludge one?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
so it's called Iron Pills, and it's like this is me going fucking nutso butso, like you know, it's like, you know what, I love doing, because I do like doing some of that, like, you know, I'm writing some short stories too, and I like storytelling. And
awesome.
So like I wanted to do like a concrete, just like, here's a story of like, you know, this is fiction, you know, it's something that never happens, not gonna ever happen, but like I think it's a cool vibe and a story that needs to happen, because I like super simple, still a story. But I was like, you know what? Like I had this idea of like breaking out of a submarine brig.
Oh gosh.
And like, and so I was like, you know what? This is gonna be a weird song, and it somehow turned. It was so.
Is that
cool.
The Iron Pill?
Yeah, the
submarine.
Yeah, and
damn,
like,
bro.
It's just a story of like these guys that are like breaking out of the submarine.
That's
brig,
crazy.
And they take over the bridge, but before they're able to take it out, like the captain hits like the red light, and like so other subs destroy it.
No,
but like they do like a self destruct, so it takes everyone down.
Yeah, wow.
It's just, I know this is
crazy,
there.
Bro.
It's like
See, that's cool because nobody does stuff like that, kind of, sort of.
Yeah,
you know, it's pretty original.
I love like storytelling and just like.
Are you a first person, third person kind of guy for your songs? Are they all about you, kind of like, you know what I mean, like stuff that's happened?
As in, wait, you mean like perspective or like actual?
Yeah, because what you just listed would have been not third person, but like fiction. You know what I'm saying? Is most of the stuff you write nonfiction, like, hey, here's something that happened to me, or there's no sort of census on it?
Depends. You know, it kind of depends. It's about 50-50, honestly.
Word.
You know,
word.
like some, like there's like Sidewalk Smasher, even though it's not third person, that's first person. That's like here's what's happening in my life. I'm doing Sidewalk Smashers on the weekends.
Yeah. You took my degree,
you know,
first.
And then like then Iron Pills, and then Play Ball is just about baseball, so that's kind of that way.
Different.
Yeah. So it's about 50. I think that's a strong like 50-50, because I do have problems. So you know, so like I do kind of like have some stuff I want to write about, but there's also times where I'm like, you know what, here's something where you can just escape.
I like that, man. I think it's good to have a good mix, you know. And what do you think about what I was saying about country music, like being too specific sometimes, per se? Have you written anything that you think is too specific or too literal?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think I've written way too many songs about girls out there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wrote a song about? I'm like, gosh, I shouldn't have done that. You know?
Who's this one about? It's like,
yeah, I've never explained that one to my girlfriend. Like, that's tough, man. Like, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah, I just wrote a song about smoking pot, and I'm kind of scared to show my mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because like it's recording everything. It's coming out, so she's going to have to deal with it. But like,
you know, I think that's something to be said about that. This is what's going on in my life.
Yeah, it's very real.
Yeah.
Very real. So I don't know. But it's good that you're kind of thinking of it, man. I didn't know you write short stories.
Yeah, I'm terrible about it, but I don't show anybody. But it's like because sometimes like it's hard to be fully creatively satisfied from, because like if I have a song idea and maybe it won't ever come to light, or it's going to take at least a month and a half minimum for me to actually hear it. Like even if that's just like a phone recording, or like with the band, and sometimes it doesn't always work out and you won't get the recording or whatever. But with the short story,
it always makes it a point.
I type those words or write those words, it's there. That's
crazy.
That is like instant gratification right there.
Yeah, like it's done.
Yeah.
Like the second you finish it, there's no revisions, kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, dude. I think writing is good for the soul.
I think
in
it
general.
is too, man.
And I think that'll help your songwriting.
I think it might have helped like that
already?
Iron Pills one for sure.
Love to hear that,
You
man.
know, I was thinking about writing like a short story. I'm writing a short story around Play Ball, which is the baseball one. I already wrote the show. So like I kind of wrote the song, and then like a couple weeks later I wrote the short story. I'm still like working on it, kind of, but it's
release it separately for depth.
Maybe, you know,
man.
But so the story is about. I don't know if you want to hear about this.
I do. Tell me, bro.
The story is about like. So the song is very much just like you know, it's just baseball terms. And,
yeah.
You know, sometimes you're like play ball. You know, it's like let's go out there and play some ball. You know, but the story, I wrote the story about these kids like in like this Mississippi neighborhood, and they were, you know, out there in the middle of nowhere, and they were like, baseball's their life. There's these kids, and they go to the field one day, and there's like a beef. So they're like we'll settle this at the field at night, and they go to play baseball at night. And there's a bunch of skeletons playing baseball,
Okay.
and so they have to fight the skeleton. They like play a game against the skeletons. So whoever loses leaves the field for good. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just
That's
like
cool, man.
It's
Sounds like
fun.
a Scooby-Doo plot.
It is. It's very childish.
I like it. I like it, dude. That's cool. I can't wait to hear this one, man. You're going to have to send me the stems over. Is this one recorded?
Dude, we can listen to it right after this, man.
Let's do it, man. Sounds great. I love it. I like that you're kind of getting into that kind of stuff. I think stuff like that's great when you can pull it off, man. I've kind of had trouble pulling it off, you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Well, there's been a few songs in my catalog that I look back at, I'm like, oh, God, that was too literal.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I was too specific there. I love, my favorite songs are, then again, this doesn't apply to every song I love, but like where you don't know what it's about, but you kind of figured it out for yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I get that for some, but like sometimes I do like those hyper specific, like there's no mistaking, you know, some Rush songs.
It's like, oh, I know what this is about.
This is exactly about this. This isn't about a feeling. This is about like like Bastille Day or whatever. Like, this is about them taking over the Bastille and the French Revolution. It's like that's kind of hype. I'm
sick,
here for
man.
that.
Yeah, see, it's keeping an open mind is something I've been trying to do these past couple months. Got a new like perspective on life, kind of like we were talking about with the pedals earlier. Like maybe 6 months ago, I'd have been like, man, all these dumbass guitarists bringing 100 pedals to a club gig. Like, what are you doing? Now it's like, oh, if they want to do that, that's great. I'm sure there's a reason, you know? So
Let's see how it sounds.
Yeah, so maybe I'm just trying to keep an open perspective on everything these days.
I think that's just like a stagnation thing, and I think that's just like a personal growth.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. I'm happy for it. And where was I going with this? I had somewhere I was going to say with this. Gosh. What was I gonna do on that? Oh man!
Dude, that train with the motorcycle. Just
Damn it! We were talking about short story. Okay, do you have any interest in writing like books, or is it just short stories?
If I did, it would be like a collection of short stories. Yeah. I don't have
the poise, patience, kind of.
No way.
Yeah, I imagine it takes a while.
Yeah, so I'd say, I'm sure everyone's written a song before, but like that's our craft. Like that's something we do. That's something I know how to do. If I have an idea, I know how to portray it.
I remembered what I wanted to say. Sorry to cut you off. I wanted to ask if you ever had thought or had this thought that maybe you shouldn't, or do you think about explaining your songs? Like, do you worry about like explaining your song and then somebody that already liked the song being like, oh, that's not what I thought it was about, and it kind of ruining it?
I've never thought about that. Maybe I will now. I don't know.
Dude, I've had some moments on that, like where I did a little too much research on a song I really liked, and I was like, damn, I was sure it was about something else, you know? Like when I was a kid, I always thought Hotel California was about like which I guess it might be, but like drugs, kind of, sort of. Like you can check out. Boom, back in. Sorry, had a rare CPU overload. I fixed that. Anyways,
too much brain power.
Yeah, too much.
So I think it's kind of like a Master of Puppets thing with Hotel California.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like I thought it was about something, and then I read, and I was like, "Fuck, that is not what I thought it's about." And then I was watching a Dave Grohl interview the other day, and he was talking about the song "Learn to Fly." Do you know the song? And he was saying,
of course you know Learn to Fly.
Yeah, of course you do. Kelly Clarkson was interviewing, and she was like, I just thought this song was about something. He was like, honestly, like I just wanted to learn how to fly. Like I wanted to be a pilot at the time. I was like, fuck, that's not what I thought it was about.
Like
kind
that.
of, you know.
So I don't think. I think there's something you said about like, just because the artist's intention was one thing does not make it how you see it. It's like if I say blue and you see green.
Yeah,
doesn't make it either one. Like
it's fascinating, dude.
Like I think it's almost like cool. It's like there's no you think that's what it's about. Good, cool.
You know? That's the right mindset for it. Instead of like, nah, it's not about that. You know what I mean?
No, you're wrong.
Nah, you don't got it. You don't got it.
No, I would never be like, oh, that's not what this song's about. You know,
like, no, this doesn't relate to you.
No, not good. Yeah,
interesting, man. Well, I'm glad. Thanks for entertaining that thought for me because I'm curious on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that's just personal, like how you see things.
Yeah. Moving forward, though, what are you kind of looking to do? Like, I guess we're getting in the closing notes segment because, like, I want to hear what going forward because I'm really impressed with the two new ones, especially like Degree and Sidewalk Smasher. Like, they've got that I hate to say pop sensibility, but like they have the sing along ability to work anywhere.
Yeah, they're melodic, man. Like ACD, you can sing along to AC/DC songs, dude, and Metallica. Like,
bro, pop gets a bad rep, but I think pop was good, man.
Yeah, so Eddie Van Halen said, or like David Lee Roth, he's like, we were writing rock songs, but we were writing pop choruses.
Yeah,
and I think it's
great, right?
Yeah, I like a good chorus.
Me too, man. Choruses are great. Feels good.
Yeah.
As a band, though, as a whole, maybe not even just songs. Like, what are you guys trying to do in these next upcoming year? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm moving back to Alpharetta.
Yes. Tell me about this. Yeah.
So I kind of had like this realization because I was thinking about moving in with my buddy and like working at the Georgia Theater. I was kind of done at Kindercore, but I was thinking about just like bar back in here. But I was like, you know what? I want the band to work. So I think the best way to do that is to be with the band.
That makes a lot of sense.
And like, so my plan is Tyler works at First Watch. He's like, I could talk to Jam manager if you want a job. I'm like, yeah, so I'm gonna wait during the mornings, and then I'm thinking about putting up like a band office together, like in a garage, you know,
sick.
Full Apple in 1980.
Yeah,
you know?
In the garage.
Yeah, you know, and like doing pretty much what you're doing, like reaching out to people, working on content, and all the gobbledygook, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of streamlining it.
Yeah, exactly. Treat it like a job, which we already have been, but like really, like we're gonna be in this office for 4 hours. Let's get something done.
Yeah,
dude,
dude, I like
three guys together doing that.
I think that'll be great. This will be the first time the band has all lived in the same vicinity, kind of, right?
Well, Jack's still in Dahlonega. He's actually training to be a firefighter.
Oh, wow. Good for him.
That'll take like 6 months, but like he said, like he just got married as well, so he's on another like.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, man. But so he figured like if he gets that certification, because like there's such a shortage of firefighters right now. So they're, you know, usually you have to like pay to do these training courses, and then you can't start until you can't be a volunteer until that's done.
Gotcha.
So what he's doing now is like they're paying him a salary as he's getting trained, so he's getting it for free.
Gotcha.
And
cool.
Profit.
Cool.
So he's doing that for the next 6 months, and then
full steam ahead.
Yeah, you know.
Cool.
Because then you know, God forbid, whatever happens, he wants to be a firefighter. So like, and he's getting paid to do it right now, which is sick.
Yeah, good for him.
But so we'll all be within like 40 minutes of each other, which is still, we've been living this closer. Like Dahlonega, Athens, Alpharetta, that fucking like hour and a half triangle everywhere.
Getting together for practice is just a nightmare.
Oh, dude, you have no idea.
I believe it, man.
Because I was going to Alpharetta for sure.
Oh gosh, man,
yeah,
that's tough. So maybe this would be great for you guys. Streamline the whole process.
I think so too, and I'm excited. I mean, I'm not really worried about like long term, because like everybody I know is getting corporate jobs, and everyone I know is already not liking it. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do me for a little bit. I'm not gonna compare for a little bit.
You can always go do that.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I mean? There's no rush to that at all.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't have to though.
Yeah, great. You know, we'll see. But like, if it fucking kills me, I'm gonna try. You know,
dude, I love that. Keep trying.
I think we're gonna get band. I was looking at band vans the other day.
Oh,
because like I know you're a hotel guy.
I'm a hotel guy. Yeah.
And like a U-Haul, and I'm like, you know what? That would hurt me. Like, I want to be in a
really living it.
Yeah, you know, fucking go for it. Like I was looking at this like black Ford 1976.
Oh shit!
It was too old and it had too many miles.
That's pretty old.
It looked like, because like I was talking to Jessica because they just bought a van. She's like, here's what you need to know, and I was like, okay, cool.
What all did she say about it? Just curious.
Just about like mileage, like because vans have a high. She had a lot to say about it. It was actually really helpful.
Good for her.
She's like, it's gonna have more than 100,000 miles on it, but vans are built different. They really are.
Okay.
And there is a difference between, at a certain point they're all analog versus CPU, and the CPU ones probably aren't gonna last as long. But
gotcha.
You got to look at like what kind of brakes it has, and like if it's got an engine rebuild, how many owners.
Gotcha. That's good tips right there, and that's funny you say that. I think our next tour is gonna be called the Built Different Tour. So it's funny that you use that term.
Let's go.
I have some thoughts on this. Let's run this down right quick.
Yeah. I got time, man.
I put a lot of thought into it because, like, as soon as you buy a van that you have payments on, if you go the payment route, like you have to be playing. You can't just stop playing. You know what I mean? Because you'll miss payment, you lose your van.
Yep.
So I know a lot of bands like that are kind of doing it bigger, and they've went to like get a nice van like with a stand-up room in the back that was like 20 grand, you know, and like they're playing every weekend. You know, they're like, yeah, we can't stop. It's like, that sounds bad.
It sounds stressful, man.
But another thought is, how big does it have to be? Because it's still a fuck ton of gear. You know what I mean? And I guess it depends on if somebody in the band has a vehicle that's like an SUV already. Because if you can go the SUV U-Haul route, I think that's going to be our move for the next 3 to 5 years.
Like a trailer?
Yeah, like renting U-Haul for $60.
Why would you not like invest in? I think like getting the van for sleeping and then a trailer, like van trailer combo.
Yeah,
chef's kiss.
So it's somewhere in the middle.
Probably.
You get the van with the beds in it. To save you from the hotel.
Exactly. But I do agree because if you have all the shit and we fit all our shit in the minivan, but we're all scrunt
dying.
You should see me Tetris that motherfucker, man. It is. I've got that sixth sense going on, but like even in the van, it was just a different van where it's cramped, and then what? Like, but if we have the van that we could sleep in, and then the trailer with all the gear
with everything in it. See, that's money.
Walmart parking lot, easy.
That's a thought right there.
That's fixed cost versus like a U-Haul, but and renting.
That's interesting. I need to do the math on it because it honestly, I guess it comes down to it depends on what van you get.
Yep.
Can you just buy it, or do you have to make payments on it?
I just like personally, I think. I'm sure my dad would be like, because I'm sure my dad has so much knowledge and stuff like that. He'd be like, we're going to make payments. We're going to do this, do that.
Yeah, insurance.
Yeah. And I'm just like, let's just do the down. Like, I'm going to pay $3,000 for the shitty van and put $1,000 into it. And let's get it over with. Man. I've been saving money. So like I don't want to make, we took on a loan, not a loan, but like we went in debt for recording one of the first times.
How'd you guys do that? Like credit card or something?
It was more like he was pretty nice. He's like, yeah, you guys just pay me over time within 8 months. If he said it in a joking manner, he's like, in next January, I'll send someone to break your knees.
He was dead serious.
Yeah, I know.
He was dead serious.
And I was like, okay, that stressed me the fuck out, obviously. So I don't know if I want to, but like I guess making payments is probably smarter.
Yeah. Maybe not though, because like if you've got it, like you don't have to keep playing you don't have to be playing shows at all time to make that $300 to $500 payment.
You don't have that like stress thing in the back of your mind saying like this $300 where's it gonna come from?
But at the same time, you don't want to get something that's so crappy that you can't rely on it, and also you got insurance payment no matter what on that and the trailer. So it's a thought, and honestly it just depends on how much you're making, I guess. I like thinking about it though.
No, so I think of like if you're buying like if you spend $12,000, that's a good van that will never break down on you. If you buy it and then you don't have to worry about it, but you're paying $12,000 for it. If you're paying like $3,000 to $6,000, that's like a
sketchy, but could do
you. That'll work. You'll probably put some money in it, but you're gonna have to worry about it. It's gonna break down at some point. You're gonna have to put some money into it. If you're paying less than that, that's
just danger zone.
That's danger. It ain't nothing's that good of a deal.
Interesting, man. And I'm into I've just had my eyes on it. Hotel Fiction van looks very nice. I don't know if you've seen Orange Constant and like Underground Springhouse, their vans. Do you know what I'm talking about?
They got buses, don't they?
Like the charter bus, small charter bus plan, which is pretty solid. Another thing to think about is parking, bro, because I've just had nightmares with parking just the SUV. You know? And like Tuscaloosa, downtown Tuscaloosa, parking's awful.
And then you have a van, and then if
you're
trying
and
to fucking
a trailer
short bus, that's a nightmare.
That's gonna be.
Do you have to get another license for that? Dude. Ideally, you get an RV.
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Dude,
live in it.
Dad rock vibes. It's like
it's like how many bars though that you're playing have parking for that? Is the question, I guess.
Man.
And like I hear that New Orleans, I've never played there. It's just a nightmare to park. I hear New York parking is impossible.
Yeah, no shit.
So like, how do you weasel that? You know what I'm saying?
I don't even think I haven't think about playing in New York, man.
It's on my to-do list.
Is it?
Yeah,
let's go, man.
Maybe in the spring. Kind of working on it.
Are you tour riding right now?
We are right now. It's a fucking pain in the ass.
I'm gonna have to pick your brain about that.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it. We can do it after this or some other time. You give me a call. I'd love to talk about it because we've got like 12 dates booked so far, and 12 in maybe 6 to 8 new cities. Like I think we've got. I don't want to give it all away on here, but I'll tell you. I've got the announcement coming that I'm kind of stoked about. But it's not easy because like. We would have Virginia venues that were like interested, like 2 or 3 of them. And I was like, all right, we can do this, but we need to route it to where we're hitting DC the next day. If you're going to go up that high, you might as well.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, we can't do that day. And the DC guy was like, oh, we can only do that day. And it's like, fuck. So
see, dude, that's not the way my brain is wired, man. that tour routing assignment for M-Bus, the death of me, bro.
Yeah, bro. I got like a 73, I think.
That was tough, man.
And I saw David the other night at one of the Nusi Space Jams.
Did you?
I was like, bro, honestly, shout out to you because that tour routing, like it all ended up coming around for me.
Barbie would be so proud.
Yeah, he'd be proud. He was like, that's awesome. I'm good for you. I was like, thank you, man. I'm trying to get him to come in here, dude.
That'd be an electric podcast,
wouldn't it, bro? He expressed interest in it one time, but then I texted him, and I guess he was busy because he didn't get back to me. But
he's a busy man.
He's a busy guy. I'm gonna send him a formal email.
Hit him that email. He's a big email guy.
Yeah, like a 2-hour David Barbie podcast, like origin story to here. would be a movie, wouldn't it?
All the taco stand stories.
Yes, all the taco stand. You talk about baseball, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that's on my to-do list. So anyways, closing notes. Any last thing you want to say to the camera before we log off this guy?
Dude, you got to keep doing this, man.
Thank you, man.
Like, it's almost, I'm sure Atlanta's too big, but like, if anyone wants like a peephole eye look into the Athens music scene, they spend, you can just scroll through here.
Yeah, man. That was the goal.
It's fucking it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
do you have a favorite episode by any chance? Not really. The Everyday Dogs one?
Yeah. I
just any that you enjoyed.
So the first, I guess Kenny was the first, like manager type guy.
Yeah,
that
he's
was
the
cool.
first one I've had that was a manager. So that was fun.
I mean, they're all fucking good, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate
I'm a big
you saying
fan.
that. That's why I had you back on. It's been overdue, honestly. There's been a couple times where we almost lined it up, but
we're both busy. That's good.
Yeah, that's great. And it's tough to bring in repeat guests when like I've got people I haven't got to yet,
Yeah.
But I'm glad we can do this.
So you have a Google form?
I do have a Google form, dude.
Sick. I love it.
I got people hitting me in there too, bro. It's honestly snowballed to where like I don't have to reach out as much anymore. Like most of them come to me kind of, which is great.
That's great, man.
I think it's been widely accepted in Athens, and I'm just stoked about it right now. So I appreciate you saying that, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let's wrap this thing up. Tell everybody your Instagram handle. Tell them where to check you out. Tell them your TikTok name. Tell them your YouTube name. All that shit. Tell them where to find you.
Yeah. So we're Everyday Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So Instagram is at Everyday Dogs Music. I've been hounding the Everyday Dogs account.
Yes.
Inactive for fucking 6 years. I've been like, yo, give me this fucking name. So it's Everyday Dogs Music. I think on TikTok it's Everyday Dogs Band. But if you just look up Everyday Dogs on Spotify, you'll find all our shit.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah,
and let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you for coming in. We made 90 minutes, an hour and a half. That's a good episode, man. That's
too long, man. No one wants to hear me talk for that long.
Yes, they do, bro. This is going to do great. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Check the podcast out at Jameson_OTR on Instagram. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon. If you subscribe to the YouTube channel, that would help me out a ton, trying to grow the YouTube fan base. We're on TikTok, Jameson on the Rocks Pod. I need to follow you on there. I'm starting to post clips and stuff. Thank you for coming out, man. Let's give him a wave for the thumbnail. Yes. For YouTube.
For the tubes.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Bye.
Sick.